Hey guys, so if you want to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell to be notified every time I post a new video. If you want to follow me on Instagram, look at my Amazon storefront and follow my podcast. I called I Talk a Lot and rated 5 stars, even though I've not posted an episode in a very, very long time. Sorry, that is my dog barking. She's barking at my mom for food because it's dinner time, so that's why. Also, I'm out of breath because I just ran up the stairs and I'm also tired. So, this video is gonna, I'm gonna try to keep this really short and simple and not be a very long video just because it really doesn't need to be. But you know me, I talk a lot. So, I will say, as you can tell from the title, why do I have a favorite sibling? And you may be thinking, oh, well, that's like a bad thing, like, don't you love all your siblings? I do, but like, for me, the reason why I have my favorite sibling is not because of what you think. It's not because, they give me gifts or like, I don't know what favorite siblings typically do. But for me, it's mostly about reliability. I feel very more comfortable with knowing that my favorite sister, I know I can call her, text her if I need her to be there for me, or I have some advice. I know I can go to her, and I know for a fact I won't be judged. I won't be ashamed. I won't be scared to talk about certain things, or just things in general about like one day if I experience heartbreak or like dating, I'll be really comfortable going to her, like asking her for advice. And like also if I ever get a boyfriend, I know for a fact that I'm not gonna be scared to introduce him to her. I have 3 sisters. This is the middle oldest sister, so she's my favorite. Just because she's always such a very lovable, very caring, very sweet person. She's amazing. She's always been amazing ever since she was younger. And obviously she wasn't like, she and I wasn't always like the best. We would always get into fights. Like, I've like fought with all my sisters, but like, she and I were getting into fights. Very not that much, but there has been many times where I have fought with her. I would pull her hair, and she would grab her like her really long fingernails and like dig them into like my wrist. And so obviously older sister, younger sister type of fighting, and also I was very annoying. But yeah, like, I just remember very fond memories with her. Like, one of my favorite memories with her was like, it's so stupid, but it's like, you can tell she's a very loving and nurturing, loving person. If she were to ever become a mom, I know for a fact she would be an incredible, loving mom. I know, like, she'll be a really, like, good mom. I know, like, if she ever does become kid, if she ever does have kids in the future. Yeah, so the memory was when I was younger, and she and I, like, we used to take showers. I don't think it like was very often, but I just remember she used to take showers. And at one point, she and I took showers, and so we played this game called Seal. And it was like so cute and funny. Like, so I would get on top of her back, and she would be the mama seal, and I would be the baby seal. And she would go on like the shower floor and say, like, do that seal noise. I don't know how to do that noise, but basically make a seal noise. And obviously we would get out of the shower, and she'll pretend to be like a mom to me. She would wrap me up with lots of blankets, and like stuff like that, and be very loving and caring towards me. And so it was like a game. And she also did this with my sorry, I ran out of breath. She also did this with my youngest older sister. I hope that makes sense. So I'm the baby of the family, and both of my 3 sisters are obviously older than me. I have one that's like 2 years older than me, one that I think is like maybe 4 years older than me, and one that's like over like maybe 6 or 7 years older than me. So clearly, when I'm saying the youngest, kind of meaning words, my brain. Sorry, I cannot speak. My brain's not working. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that she would do that with my older sister. And so she was very loving and caring. But when I was younger, you know, we also had fights, and I would always say, like, why don't you like me? You know, and stuff like that, because also I was very annoying. But she would play with dolls with me. Also, part of it was, there was a deal where, like, I had this room when I was younger, and she wanted this room because she needed the privacy. So she and I made a deal where, like, for a whole year, she would play dolls with me whenever I wanted to, under the exception if she has like gymnastics meets or like any school things or like practice, you know, stuff like that. Besides that, she would play dolls with me for a whole year, and obviously, yeah. So we played dolls for that whole year. And she was obviously a teenager at that point, and I was still so young. So that was really sweet, even though she wanted this room anyways. But she could have said, I'll make a deal with you and play like 3 months or like a month. But she said a year of it. Anyways, that's just one of the reasons why she's one of my favorite words. That's one of the reasons why she's my favorite sister, just because of that, of how kind she is. But I noticed just as I've gotten older and she moved out of the house and I miss her so much, she's, again, I don't know how to keep saying this without saying the words over and over again, but she's just a very loving, kind person, and I know she is so reliable that, like, when I get older, I'm not going to be afraid that she's gonna leave me. And that is one of my fears, is like me growing up and realizing that, like, yes, I have all these siblings, but like in reality, who can I trust and call to and know that they're not gonna just leave me in the dust, you know, or like when things get too hard, you know, or when my parents like pass, I know they're not just gonna be, okay, well, my mom and dad are gone, so like, you know, you're already set up for life, so like, why do you really need me? Like, even though I'm kind of set up for life, like, I would still obviously need my sister's help, just out of, you know, hey, do you have advice on this, you know, or like, if I ever get a cat, do you have advice on getting a cat, you know, stuff like that, where I know I can go to her for that type of advice and reliability and trust, because that is really big on me, because I love having that trust, and I know she's a very good person, and I'm not afraid to lean on her, and I'm not afraid that I'm gonna get left. And that is always one of the biggest fears, is abandonment issues, because I have a ton, as you can tell. If you can't tell, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but if you didn't, I have a bit serious abandonment issues, and it's like obviously gotten worse as getting older and realizing, wow, my parents are gonna be here, mostly my mom, because like my mom got me when she was obviously a lot older in age, and not when she was like in her 30s or 40s. She got me when she was, I think, like in her 50s. So clearly, you know, when you have older parents, you realize they're not going to be here for a lot longer, and, you know, so that's just me and my crazy brain. But yeah, I hope this video makes complete sense, even though I've been just rambling for like 10 minutes straight. But I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys!